So we're at Valley Oak and Highland and Hancock. So, by the way, it's like about 5 a.m. August 1st, 2024. And I need to shave still in a big way. So, yeah, Hancock. One thing that's interesting is, to me at least, so I'm more or less from Austin. My parents moved here when I was about 1 or so, and then they got a divorce shortly thereafter. I lived with my mom after that, just visited my dad, and we lived pretty much all over town, here and there. And often these moves were in the summer, and sometimes we lived in a house for only a year. And so in a way, it's nice because it really helps me index my memories, because I know, for example, that between 79 and 80, summer 79 to summer of 80, I lived on Avenue G, and that was when I was in first grade, and I was 6 years old, because my birthday is also in the summer. So anyway, look at this. It's really cool. I hope you can see that. I may need to switch cameras here. Hang on. This. Alright, it's a lot better, probably. So yeah, Hancock. So, this bridge goes over Mopac. It's the Hancock Bridge that goes over Mopac. Some dude getting on a bus. Saw him the other day too when I walked by here. This is just some kind of infrastructural mystery right here, this building, related to some kind of utilities or other infrastructure. But anyway, so this is Mopac. Back in kind of the late spring of 1990, I was finishing up my junior year of high school, and I had a best friend. He lived up here in this part of town. I lived in South Austin. I should have said that. I lived in South Austin, kind of southwest, pretty far southwest of what was then really a suburb. And my best friend lived up here in this part of town, on Shoal Creek Boulevard. But Shoal Creek goes all the way down to like about 35th, roughly, a little past 35th. But he lived in the northern part, which was nearly to Anderson, up this way. And I had just gotten my driver's license, and so often I would just come visit him. He didn't have a car. He also had other friends, whereas I was kind of a social recluse. So it made sense for me to often get in my car and drive up Mopac here to go see him and hang out. Oh, that's fucking scenic. So anyway, I would drive up here. I would see this bridge, this overpass we're on. And to me, it just always looked really freaking cool. Yeah, I don't know. It was just a mystery. Like, what the fuck type of pedestrian walkway having bridge is that, and where does it go? And so, yeah, it's Hancock. And look at this shit. Pretty cool view from up here. Got so much history here. Way too much for one video. But by the way, it is dark outside. The video processing here, native to the phone, apparently is doing a really good job of making it look like there's some kind of light beyond ordinary nighttime shit. But this time of year, at this time of day in Austin, it's definitely still night. Looking night in person. Damn, I love this place. So yeah, so this is Hancock. There's a cemetery over here. And you know, it's weird. In the past, you know, I don't know, 10 years, but especially like 5 years, maybe even more so since COVID. Damn, there's been like a massive uptick in homeless living around Austin, and I guess everywhere, unfortunately, due to probably due to fucked up aspects of the economy. But anyway, the reason I mention that is because I wouldn't be surprised if there's some living under this bridge. It's kind of a bummer, just because I'd like to go down there. I mean, also it's a bummer because there's homeless people in general. Kind of, you know, fucked up economic situation that stuff is going on. Can't really believe it. But so there's this cool cul-de-sac right here that's just a dead end in this neighborhood up here into this bridge. It's pretty fucking cool. I don't know if you can see it. But anyway, so I would always drive up to that part of town to visit this part of town to visit my friend from Southwest Austin suburbs. And yeah, I just have fond memories of that, and it kind of balloons into a more significant portion of my life. I guess if I was issuing an autobiography here on these videos, which seems like that's going to be kind of evolving into that. Yeah, but for now, just appreciate what a cool freaking weird place this is. It's freaking perfect. Gets even crazier once we go to the other side and check out the cemetery. Oh, you know, I would be remiss if I didn't mention my new word again that I brought up yesterday. Dishounded. So if you're a homeless person, you're beyond dishounded. I mean, dishounded is just not adequate. You know, you're worse than dishounded. You're full on fucked. But if you used to be rich, but now you're kind of scraping by, but still housed, that would be more like being dishounded. And just to reiterate, it comes from the idea of these nobles in Europe having this tradition of fox hunting on horseback with hounds. And I saw some dude on a documentary who looked like some kind of, we could also just say like a disenfranchised noble now living as a peasant or something. And I thought, that's a dishounded looking motherfucker right there, isn't it? So yeah, we got cars and shit going over this bridge. Fortunately not many, but so this is the other side of Hancock, adjacent to this cemetery. And I need to get some kind of like GoPro or some shit so I can just mount this on my head and have better video quality. But, and again, it's fucking nighttime. Those are city lights over there, just reflecting off the clouds and being processed by the native video here, which is pretty cool. But I just want to make sure that you understand the ambience of this place, that it is nighttime and we're just dealing with street lights and shit. So yeah. By the way, you know, wow. So yeah, if you're just here and you're like, oh damn, descending into graves and shit. That one over there says Plumley. By the way, wrist check. Now, this is a vintage as fuck G-Shock from, it's a 2004 year model. All right, now we're gonna have a crazy digression. G-Shocks, they're weird because they were originally built just to be really durable, right? That was the whole motivating thing of Casio, this one engineer at Casio. But hold on, this focus thing's fucking up. Stop that. Okay. So how do I turn this focus off? That's fucking aggravating. Hang on. All right. So this one engineer at Casio just wanted to build this really durable watch, and he came up with the G-Shock, but it kind of evolved into this line that is both that durability line, but it also includes all these fashion elements. It's like Casio's both high fashion, crazy fashion shit, and their super durability shit. It's weird. A lot of people in the US don't know this, but there are thousands and thousands of models of G-Shock that have come out over the years. Most of them are only kind of, you know, widely available in Japan and Europe, mostly Japan. But so in the US, they've always been kind of hard to come by. But yeah, so anyway, there are these weird models of G-Shock from, and I started collecting them because they're just so freaking crazy. Like I say, this one's from 2004. It's a G-521D, and you can't really see it in this light, but the face of it is this kind of golden yellow. It's really cool. It's so cool, I ended up getting 3 other copies. It's from 2004. So I had to get it used on the Japanese market using a proxy service. But see, this is just so cool. Look at this shit. This just makes me happy. I mean, I'm obsessed with places, the infrastructure, the ambience, the outdoor feng shui here. Look at that. You could stand right on here, which I'm tempted to do, but I know if I did it while holding this phone, I'd fucking die and have to get helicoptered out of here or some bullshit. Yeah. God, look at this shit. It's so cool. Oh, thanks for your graffiti. But yeah, so, if you have to be buried, I mean, damn, you could do a whole lot worse than right here. This is cool. It's cool as shit. So anyway, there's some shit under this bridge, too, which maybe one day I'll explore. It's a whole bridge here. And over there is that cul-de-sac that I talked about previously. So, checking out the rest of this bridge. But anyway, yeah, so G-Shocks, there's thousands of them, mostly only available in Japan. And I mean, they've been coming out for decades, and it's this wild combination of like fashion stuff with always maintaining the high durability. It's like never does Casio sacrifice on the durability. So all in all, they're just fucking cool. Let's see here. So yeah, so we still got the cemetery down here. Now it's getting kind of hard to see with the foliage. Still nighttime. That's that video processing. So we're going to be coming on the other side of Mopac, or the other side of this Hancock Bridge, looking north of Mopac, which is always interesting. That's looking south. So here you can kind of see a more unobstructed view of the breadth of this cemetery. Should be careful to keep my fingers out of the way of the camera. But check this out. I mean, I'm just obsessed with the mood. I'm obsessed with the mood of this shit. It's just incredible. I mean, 34 years ago plus, I was driving up and down Mopac, passing under this bridge to go hang out as a teenager with other teenagers. And I was always going up here. I'll get to more of that story in some different video, but it's really, there's a whole interesting story about my biography with that shit, about how I switched high schools in 1990. Yeah, I switched from Austin High to McCallum. But yeah, so this stretch of freeway is an important part of my early 90s. When I was just starting to drive. And by the way, incidentally, if you didn't know, Mopac, the reason it's called Mopac is Missouri Pacific Railway. And it's because, obviously you can see this freeway is built along these railroad tracks here. You can't see it from here, but yeah, so Missouri Pacific, Mopac. That's the story with that. So, yeah. to an early work, I guess. God damn, we're already getting pretty close to 6 in the morning. It kind of blows. Look at this unused land right here. It's kind of cool. Well, you know what? I mean, a sidewalk. That's a whole different story. Holy shit, hold on. I mean, how far can you go on that thing? You know? It's interesting as fuck. And, okay. I'm gonna have to put on some long pants so I can get through vegetation, and I'm gonna have to get through some of this. So check this shit out. It's interesting. But yeah, so this, I believe, is all still the McCallum School District, which is the school I switched to as a senior from 90 to 91. I had been living in South Austin, but going to Austin High. I lived out of district, went to Austin High. Long story with that. So this goes under this bridge. And it's just this piece of land, I guess, used by neighbors occasionally for wiffle ball or something. It's interesting as fuck. Well, all right, so I'll probably wrap up this video, just get a little extra walking for exercise, but yep, remember, dishounded. I have introduced this word into the world, and I hope that you will use it. All right.